so today is Foundation Friday. Today we are putting to the test Revlon Colorstay, the old formula, as well as the new formula. They repackaged this, added a pump. Some people say the formula changed, some people say it didn't. I'm not sure if Revlon actually ever said this is a new formula, but a lot of people think that it is. I'm gonna try it out today and see side by side if there is a difference in formula. I'm gonna do the old version on one side of my face and the new version on the other side, just so we can see side by side if there is a difference, how the formula compares, how it wears throughout the day. They also came out with a new shade. If you're a pale princess, they came out with 130 Porcelain, which is a new light shade. I'm actually using 150 Buff today because I had the old formula and the new formula of that. But I'm gonna do shade swatches of all of the shades I own. I'm about to chuck my neighbor's dog out the window because it won't stop barking. Just kidding, I love you, but stop talking. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. Even though the original version of Colorstay has been out for years, I've never actually done a full review of this product. Just to give you a little background on my thoughts on the old version, I haven't used this foundation in years, probably at least a year and a half, maybe 2 years. This was kind of the first liquid foundation I really used in high school. I'm pretty sure it was back when I just started getting into makeup and like watching YouTube videos, and everyone raved about this foundation. I was someone who wore this because 110, the lightest shade, is extremely pale. I think the undertone for me is a little bit off, makes me look a little bit pasty and ghostly, but I kept using it. Don't ask me why. Back in the day, this was like everyone said it was good, so I just kind of believed it was good. I didn't really know what was good and what was bad back then, since it was just the beginning of my makeup journey. I hadn't tried a whole lot of products yet, but I wore this when I didn't really know what I liked and disliked in a foundation, so I thought it was really good at the time. Since then, I've found other foundations that I like better, but the original version I don't think is bad. It's just not my personal favorite. So I'm on Revlon's website right now. Let's read some of the claims. It comes in, this is so typical. It says America's #1 foundation with an asterisk. And then when you read the asterisk, it says based on Nielsen Scan Track. Who the fuck knows what Nielsen Scan Track is? I'm Googling it because I'm actually kind of curious. Probably some research company that they pay to say that. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Okay. Anyways, just got sidetracked. Now with a mess-free pump, and it has SPF. What SPF does this have? This has SPF 20 in it, so probably not the best for flash photography because it does have SPF in it. Comes in 35 shades, which is amazing for any foundation, especially for the drugstore foundation. I know they recently expanded their line. It doesn't say exactly by how many shades, but I feel like it was a lot. I love that they have 35 shades and that they have a wider range. It says comfortable lightweight formula specifically made for combo oily skin to control oil absorption and shine. So they have different versions of this. The 130 shade is actually normal dry skin, and then the 150 buff shade I have is for combo oily skin. The combo oily skin formula is the one I'm trying out today. Obviously, if you have more dry skin, you'll probably want to go for the dry skin one. It says buildable to full coverage. Oh, I feel like this is new. It says it contains salicylic acid. My skin reacts very well to salicylic acid, so that is exciting. Is that just for the combo one? Oh, this is interesting. So the combo oily actually has SPF 15, and then the normal one has SPF 20. I'm not sure if salicylic acid is in both, but right now I'm on the combo oily skin one. I just wanted to show you guys, this is the description for the dry skin formula. So if you do have dry skin, it isn't going to contain salicylic acid. It actually has hyaluronic acid to help hydrate the skin, so that's pretty cool. The dry skin formula has 13 shades, oily skin has 22 right here, making it 35 total. Math. I own 3 different shades, so I'm going to do swatches of all of them for you guys so you can see which one you think would be best for you. Alright, swatch time. So here is the old formula in the shade 110. This is the new formula in 130, which is the new shade as well. This is the new formula in 150 buff, and then old formula in 150 buff. So those 2 last shades buff to me, the old formula versus the new formula, do look a little bit different to me. This one looks a little bit yellower and a tiny bit lighter maybe. And then this new porcelain shade just has more of a peach undertone to it rather than like pinky. Oh, I should probably address the hair. Hair is different. We are not quite silver yet, but I've gotten it to this gray tone, which I am way more excited about than like light brown blonde. So I can live with this while my hair repairs itself again, and then in a month or 2, hopefully will be the last stage. If you're curious about everything that's on my hair and how I got it to this like grayish, whatever color this is, I'm going to leave the link to the Instagram post down below where I explain all about the hair. I think that's everything. If you guys want to see how this foundation applies and wears throughout the day, you're in the right place. Just keep watching. Alright, so I've already primed my face with the Julep Anti-Blemish Matte Primer. This has been one of my favorites lately. And we are going to clip back the hair. I don't know why, but this light is making this side look normal, and then the ring light makes this look like greener. I don't know. So I'm going to try this IT Cosmetics Heavenly Skin Perfecting Brush. This is new on one side of my face, and then the Real Technique sponge on the other side of my face. And if this brush isn't cutting it, I'll just go in with my normal Sigma F80 or something. It says you can use it for liquid or powder, pretty much whatever you want. And I just think this is beautiful. So you've already seen swatches of all of these foundations, but I haven't yet. Since I am doing half face old formula, half face new. Oh, how are we gonna do brushes with that? I didn't think that through. Maybe I'll just try blending it out with a brush first. Since the only shade that I have old formula and new formula of is 150 Buff, I'm gonna go ahead and try this. The old formula actually looks a tiny bit darker. Like I said, I haven't swatched these yet, so I'm not sure. So both of these 150 Buff shades are the combo oily formula. This thing is freaking sealed, let me tell you. No one's gonna be swatching this thing with this. So I'm gonna shake both of these since I haven't used this one in a long time. So I did have a pump put on my old Revlon Colorstay in 110. You can get these from Beauty MP. I'm not sure if they're still around, but I got this like years ago. I'm gonna start with the old formula. We're gonna do the old formula on this side of my face and the new formula on this side of my face. No idea how this shade is gonna be. I'm not sure if I ever actually tried 150 Buff, but I'm putting about a dime-ish size amount. Okay, off the bat, not liking this brush. For me, I can already tell it's too flimsy to get the kind of coverage I like, and you can see it sinking into this one patch majorly right here. So I'm gonna ditch that brush. That was fast. Okay, going in with my Sigma F80. That brush soaked up a ton of product, so I'm putting a little more out on the palette. And let's stipple this bad boy on. So off of that one layer, I got about medium coverage. I do remember that I was never someone who got full coverage on this. For me, it's about a medium coverage. You can still see freckles coming through and some acne. So I'm gonna wait, and we're gonna do one layer on this side and then maybe do a second layer depending on what it's looking like. Starting with the same amount, about a dime size, and just gonna stipple. The shade looks a little more yellow to me almost. This one to me feels kind of like gel when you blend it out, kind of like a gel foundation. And this one feels a little bit less like a gel. I actually, first impressions, like the way that this looks a lot better. Getting a little better coverage, and it also has a really nice satin finish. Ooh, look at that. Versus this side. Both of them right now are emphasizing my pores a little bit, but I do like the way that this one looks on my face better so far. 150 Buff in this one is a pretty good shade match. And I do still have a lot of product left over on this side. I would say it's still medium coverage, but I do feel like it's a tiny bit higher medium coverage on this side. This looks like a satin finish, and this one is more on the satin matte side. With one layer, this is how the sides are looking. The only area where I feel like it doesn't look the greatest is around my pores on both sides. You can still see acne and stuff coming through right here, so I will go in with a tiny second layer. Lately I've been actually spot concealing before I put on foundation because I just have to use a shit ton less product. If I spot concealed before I put this on, I would be good to go right now. Like, I wouldn't have to do a second layer. But because this is a first impression and we want to see how the foundation covers on its own, I do these videos without spot concealing first. So going back with the old one, I might use a sponge for the second layer just to see. So I'm going in with the old formula right now on the right side of my face. So definitely better coverage on the second layer. Still doesn't look totally full coverage to me. And I'll just go in with the new formula second layer. Ooh, just looks nice. So we have two layers on. I'm going to take a look up close. Yeah, this side is not looking too great around my nose. I can tell it's gonna cake up because it already is. This one just looks a lot more dry on me. Like, it's clinging to some dry patches down here. This one looks beautiful. I'm liking this side. This side is clinging to more stuff on my forehead for sure. My pores don't look great on this side, but it doesn't look as textured as it does on this side. I might as well do this first impression on camera too. This is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Illumination. Pretty sure this is new and this is in the shade Light. Whoa, super thick. But it says it's under eye, right? Yeah, Bye Bye Under Eye. So we'll see. I'm just gonna dab some of this under the eyes. Whoa. This is very thick. Not thick, like sticky. It is really brightening though. A little tricky to blend out. So I'm gonna set under my eyes, but I don't think I'm gonna set my full face because it is one of those foundations to me that feels like it starts to set. I don't really feel like I need a powder. If I did put on a powder, I can see this getting even heavier feeling. It doesn't feel super invisible to me. Like it's one of those foundations that I definitely feel on my face right now. It doesn't feel too heavy, but with a powder, I think it would. Okay, so we're gonna call the check-in time 11:30. It is 11:34, close enough. And I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and then I'll be right back. Whoa, totally forgot highlight. Never said that sentence in my life. There we go. All right, so it's now 12:08. The rest of my makeup is on, obviously. I do feel like it's oxidized a tiny bit. It could just be what it looks like to me under these lights, but it does look a tiny bit darker. So I did not apply a setting powder, but I did set my face with my NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. This doesn't alter the finish of it, it just sets my face. I'm gonna do the next check-in in natural lighting so you guys can see exactly how it looks in real lighting, not under giant ass studio lights. So let's talk about what is on the rest of my face. So contour, I am super excited about this. This is actually the e.l.f. eyebrow kit in the shade Light. And if you're a pale princess, this shade right here to contour is amazeballs. I'm wearing it right now, but I have a warmer blush over top. I showed you guys on Snapchat what it looks like just with this alone. Blush I used over top is the Ulta blush in Sun Glow. This is their velvet blush. Highlight, I've been wearing this almost every day this month. This is amazing. I love makeup, goddess of love. I'm linking all these down below, by the way. Every single Foundation Friday video, I tell you guys exactly what I'm wearing. Earrings, makeup, everything is down below. Lips are Ofra Staten Island. I think I have a 30% off discount code for you guys down below. And then almost everything on my eyes is by Cosmetics. I did a whole video. These are like MAC dupes. I did a whole like side-by-side comparison, one half my face MAC, one half my face It is this video right here. I'll link it down below as well if you miss it. The only shade I used other than was from the Urban Decay Naked Basics, and I just used a little bit of Blackjack just to like blend my crease a little bit. I will be back in a few hours in natural lighting to check in throughout the day. Also wanted to quickly mention that I'm actually vlogging today, so if you want to see the vlog from today's filming and everything, I kind of show you behind the scenes, like how I set up for filming, how I curl my hair, all of that good stuff. The vlog will be linked down below and in the little eye thing right here because I'm pretty sure it'll be up before this video. Okay, so it's now 3:51, so the foundation's been on for a little over 4 hours, and I have this weird like burning on this side of my nose. Yeah, it's like super dry and red. I don't know if that is the salicylic acid, like burning a dry spot or something, but the rest of my face looks good. My forehead looks really good, cheeks, everything. The only complaint is crease lines right here and a tiny bit around the nose, but actually not as bad as I thought. My forehead looks really nice. It looks nice and skin-like, doesn't look oily. I think it has either oxidized a tiny bit or was a tiny bit too dark to start because it looks normal when you guys are seeing it right here because I blended it down my neck. But if I back up and you can see my chest definitely is more pale than my face right now, but I don't think it looks horrible. I think I can get away with this. It doesn't look really orangey, it just looks a tad dark. Right now, I honestly can't tell the difference really between the sides. All right, so it's now 8:04 p.m. so the foundation's been on for about 8.5 hours. I feel like I can't say the word foundation today. So turns out that this nose thing that we had going on is actually a zit literally right in the crack of my nose. Thank you, world. So as far as how the foundation looks, it looks good. For being on for almost 9 hours without a powder, looks really good. My only complaint is that the upper lip area does not look good. It looks super creasy and heavy on my upper lip. I definitely have a little bit of oil coming through on my forehead, but nothing crazy. I think it just looks a little dewy skin-like. As far as this side versus this side, The only area where this side of my face looks different is right around here. It looks like it's starting to break down a little bit right here, whereas this side looks really good. So I would say if you're someone who likes more matte, you'll probably like the original formula better. But again, I didn't set this with the powder, so if you want to make it matte, just set it with the powder. I will try playing around with this. I don't think I really need to mix this with anything because I do actually like the shade 150 Buff on me. It's a little bit dark, but I like it because it gives me warmth to my face without looking orange, and that's really hard to find. It's a little bit dark of a beige. I like the finish of it by itself, but because of all the creasing and stuff, I think I would either use some kind of pore primer to help the pore situation. This is new, I'm pretty sure, and I've been using it for the past few days besides today, and it's the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Primer. This literally just like blurs out your pores, and I trust IT Cosmetics with my first child. Their products have never broken me out. I feel like their products actually like help my skin. And then I'll probably try this with the powder. I'm trying to think which one I would even go for. Probably the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Powder. I just don't feel like it needs a powder. Ooh, I feel like this foundation mixed with a little bit of the Urban Decay Naked would be really good because it would give it just that more like skin-like effect. I actually don't have anything too horrible to say about this one for once. If you have more dry or normal skin, obviously get the other formula and try it out. If you're oilier than I am, you might need to set this one with powder. More mature skin, I think there are better foundations out there for you. It might be worth giving it a go, but I think the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea on mature skin could be really nice, or just a more serum-like foundation. But that is everything. If you guys liked this video and it was helpful for you, make sure you give it a thumbs up. You can always let me know down below what foundation you want to see in Foundation Friday and 15 Days of Foundation, November 5th to the 20th. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.